All right, Shalawam. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to YAHAWAH, bahasham, YAHAWASHI, bahasham, RAWCHAA QADASH. Double honors to the elders and apostles, a great millstone who taught me this truth. Peace, blessings, and salutations to the hopeful elect. Shalawam, and Lord will, this video is edifying. Okay? Now, this lesson is going into, all right, the MOTB, the charagma, the grain of rice, the MICROCHIP. You know, that these devils, these Edomites, okay, the so-called white man is going to want inside you. And through that, you're going to be able to pay, all right, make payments to buy and sell, okay? So, now I have this clip, all right, from this video I was watching with this journalist, and she was bringing out, you know, just certain information going into Putin, the Russian-Ukrainian, you know, situation, and Zelensky, you know. But it's something that she said, which is where this lesson comes from, and I'm going to play the clip. All right.
Selected for us and weren't actually voted in. But what we do know is that there are increasing problems with technology and the digitization of our world.
All right. And now, if you heard, she said something. She said there are increasing problems with the technology and the digitization of our world. Okay, something along those lines. And this is where this lesson comes from, because you have, you know, the technology, okay, which, all right, you have this you know, the increasement, you know, in technology, you know, and this is where this lesson comes from, because, you know, the MOTB being able to pay, you know, through this CHIP, you know, that shows you, you know, that's an example of Esau's technology, you know. And then going into the digitization of our world, you got these devils basically trying to make, you know, stuff digital. You know, instead of it being on paper, being on card, they're trying to make it be able to pull up on a computer. You know, they're trying to, you know, if you get what I'm saying, basically they're trying to you know, all right, the digital identification, you know, digital certificates, digital currency, CBDCs, digital wallet, digital dollar, digital this, digital that, you know. But all right, and that's the point. Okay, so now I have these articles. Okay, start here at Fox Business. All right, FoxBusiness.com. It says Biden's proposal for a new digital currency is an attack on liberty. A central bank digital currency, CBDCs, would put even great authority in the hands of a small number of bureaucrats. Okay, it says while the world remains focused on the tragic situation in Ukraine, the Biden administration is preparing to launch America's first government-backed digital currency. If a new digital dollar is rolled out, it could substantially reduce individual rights and give the Federal Reserve and the national government significantly more power over the U.S. economy, man. Okay? So, it says, on March 9th, the White House released an executive order covering digital assets, including cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin. Under the far-reaching executive order, a long list of government agencies would develop plans for regulating, studying, and/or monitoring cryptocurrencies and various exchanges where consumers buy, sell, and trade them. All right, and those keywords buy and sell. All right, the keywords buy and sell, which what comes to mind, Revelation the 13th chapter, which I'm going to bring out. All right, but first, let's knock these articles out. Let's get this. Okay, in Sweden, cash is almost extinct, and people, you see the word, in their hands to pay for things. Okay, to pay for things. That technology, man. Okay. All right. Now let's read this. It says the financial authorities who once embraced the trend are asking banks to keep peddling notes and coins into the government can figure out what going cash free means for young and old consumers. The central bank, which predicts cash may fade from Sweden, is testing a digital currency. There you go again. All right. To keep firm control of the money supply, lawmakers are exploring the fate of online payments and bank accounts if an electric grid fails or servers are thwarted by powerful failures, hackers, or even war. So, and you see these people there, they're taking the what? All right, that grain of rice. It's lucky for the music. All right, I want to get this verse. This is book of 2 Corinthians chapter 2, verse 11. It says, let Satan, which you know the Edomites, the so-called white man, the children of Edom, they are the physical counterpart of Satan. Okay? It says, lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices. And a part of these devil's devices is gradualism and conditioning. Now, even with technology, these devils, you know, have done gradualism and conditioning. You know, because now, you know, you could pay for things through your phone. You know, you got the Apple Pay, the Samsung Pay, the Google Pay, the Cash App, the PayPal, so on and so forth. You know, people are becoming more accustomed to using less cash. You know, and what comes to mind? Cashless society. You know, all right, because the time that we're coming in, these devils, they're gonna bring forth a cashless society where your purchases, your payments, your buying and selling are gonna be done cashlessly through, okay, this grain of rice that they're gonna want inside you. All right, going back to those key words, buy and sell, and I'm gonna get the precept. All right, but let's go to this next article. Okay, NPR. It says thousands of Swedes are inserting, you see the word, under their skin. It says technology continues to get closer and closer. That's that gradualism, step by step, closer and closer, you know, gradually. All right. It says technology continues to get closer and closer to our bodies, from the phones in our pockets to the smartwatches on our wrists. Now, for some people, it's getting under their skin. Okay. That's an example of gradualism, man. You know, the phone's always on. You could pull it out. You could pay with certain apps, right? And if I'm not mistaken, all right, you got the people with the Apple Watches. And if I'm not mistaken, they could pay through them Apple Watches. You know, they put their watches to the certain meters or whatever. You know, it says, now for some people, it's getting under their skin. Okay, now let's get straight to the point. Actually, let's keep on reading. It says in Sweden, a country rich with technological advancement, right? Increasing problems, right? And she went into the technology and the digitization of our world. It says with technological advancement, thousands have had, you see the word, inserted in their hands. The chips, damn, I didn't mean to say it, but whatever, are designed to speed up users' daily routines and make their lives more convenient. Accessing their homes, offices, and gyms is as easy as swiping their hands against what? Digital readers. Digital. Keep. All right, we keep seeing this word digital, right? It says they can also be used to store emergency contact details, social media profiles, or e-tickets. All right, for events and rail journeys within Sweden. Okay. All right, now let's get straight to the point. All right, let's drop down. The main point, let's drop down right here. It says Sweden's largest train company is starting to allow commuters to use the CHIP instead of tickets. And there's talk that the CHIP could soon be used to make payments in shops and restaurants, which people are already making payments with them. Okay. But the point is what? Payments with shops, in shops and restaurants, man. Okay, buying. All right, now let's hit these precepts. All right, Revelation chapter 13, verse 16. It says, and he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a markis in their right hand or in their foreheads. All right. When you go into that word markis, the Greek word is charagma, which go into a scratch, etching, thing carved, sculptured, graven, you know, going basically, they're going to have to put this inside you, man. All right. It has to go inside you. OK. And when you go deeper, it goes into the word karax, which it goes into pale, stake, or palisade. And when you search up a wooden stake, you know, that's a sharp, you know, pointed tip object. Right. And basically, when you see these people, when you go on YouTube, you search these people up. That's you search people receiving, you know, the grain and rice. What do they have to use in order to put it inside you? A sharp, pointed, all right, object. Okay, but it says in their right hand or in their foreheads that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the markings or the name of the beast or the name of his name, without this grain of rice, Without this CHIP, without this charagma, you will not be able to buy and sell, man. Okay? You will not be able to make purchases. You will not be able to make payments. Once again, they're going to bring in a cashless society where your purchases, your payments are going to be done cashlessly. This is why we see these articles on digital currencies, CBDCs, digital wallet, digital dollar, so on and so forth, cryptocurrencies, Bitcoin, you know, all roads lead to the MOTB, man. Okay? All roads lead to the MOTB. Okay? Now, I will say this, you Israelites, which are you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, and just because, all right, you may not look like the people, all right, that I just stated, does not mean that you're not an Israelite, okay? Because we know that, all right, a person's identity comes from where? Their father. You see, in the Israelite man, all right, an Israelite man, all right, we know that our people have been scattered through the four corners of the earth, all right, and the Israelite men may sleep, you know, with the woman, all right, of a heathen nation. But see, the child that that woman will bring forth from that Israelite man would still be an Israelite because it's by the father, all right, not by the mother. So you're going to have these Israelites that's going to look like heathens, you know, but they're still Israelites at the end of the day. They're still, all right, children of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, okay? But just speaking to you Israelites, you are not to receive this grain of rice. You are not to receive this charagma, man, okay? Instead, all right, you're going to have to trust in the Lord. All right, when you read Matthew the 6th chapter, the scriptures say, take no thought saying, what shall ye eat, or what shall ye drink, or wherewithal shalt thou be clothed? For all these things do the Gentiles seek, for your heavenly Father knoweth that ye have need of all these things. You know, we're going to have to trust in the Lord, man. The scriptures speak about walking by faith and not by sight, roughly paraphrasing. The scriptures speak about the just shall live by faith, roughly paraphrasing, man. You know, all right, we're going to have to, all right, walk by faith, man. All right, trusting in the Lord, okay, to sustain us, you know, to strengthen us, okay, to get us through the times of Jacob's trouble that we're finna enter, you know. I'm talking about those heavy times of Jacob's trouble, you know, the martial law troops, the FEMA camps, the detention centers, you know. And speaking of that, you know, that's what Esau technology. Let's go to the book of Revelation, chapter 12, verse 12. Revelation chapter 12, verse 12. It says, "Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that." And yeah, this is why I had this out. Revelation chapter 12, verse 12. It says, "Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil." All right, speaking of Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, is come down unto you having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time. And these devils are going to come down with great wrath, man. Once again, the FEMA camps, the martial law troops, the detention centers, people being snatched out of their houses, all right, put in the back of whatever vehicle and hauled down to these detention centers, man. You know, people being executed, all right, people receiving the MOTB, you know, receiving that grain of rice, that charagma. Okay, it's going to be, all right, terrible times, man. Okay. And see, going back to what the lady said in the video, she said something along the lines how there's been, you know, increasing problems because of the technology and I guess the digitization of the world, roughly paraphrasing what she said. But, you know, Esau technology, man, ain't no telling, you know, what this devil have, you know, behind the curtains and that he's going to bring out in Jacob's trouble, man. Because I seen videos with these robot dogs, you know. They could probably mount, you know, machine guns on their back, all types of, ain't no telling, man, these drones. You know, I remember seeing a clip with Elon Musk, right? And he was saying something how easy it is, you know, to make this detonating drone. You know, you just take a regular drone, you get this and that, you just, all right, you program it to figure out the person that you want, and bam, you know, it just goes to him and then self-destruct, something like that, man. But just telling you, man, these devils technology, man. Okay, but hey, all right, now let's go back to what I was go back to the MOTB. You Jakes better not take this, man. All right, you're gonna be a precept that comes to mind is Isaiah 36:6. Let's go get that. Isaiah chapter 36 verse 6. It says, "Lo, Thou trusteth in the staff of this broken reed on Egypt. And see, our people, they trust in Egypt. And remember, according to the scriptures, Revelation 11 and 8, the great city which spiritually is called Sodom and Egypt. The great city is America, Babylon the Great. America is a spiritual Egypt. You look at the back of the dollar, you have the pyramid with the all-seeing eye, right? You have Memphis, Tennessee, which, if I'm not mistaken, Memphis is a city in Egypt, right? And you have the Washington Monument, which is basically just an Egyptian obelisk, all right? America is a spiritual Egypt. And see, our people, they trust in Egypt. They trust in Esau. They trust in the so-called white man. They trust in Edom, all right? They'll go to Esau for help before they go to the Lord, all right? And what did the scripture say? Woe, which means destruction unto them that go down to Egypt for help. Roughly paraphrasing, man. And you Jakes that trust in Esau, who trust in Egypt, let's keep on reading. It said, whereon if a man lean, it will go into his hand and pierce it. And what's that going into? It will go into his hand and pierce it, man. Revelation the 13th chapter, verse 16, man. It will go into his hand and pierce it. Okay? You're going to have these Jakes that's going to take, all right, the charagma, that's going to take the grain of rice, right? It says, so is Pharaoh, king of Egypt, to all that trust in him. But eventually, it's going to lead to their destruction. And let's go get that in the book of Revelation, the 14th chapter, and close this out. Revelation chapter 14, verse 9, and it says, and the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast and his image and receive his markings in his forehead or in his hand, the same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of the Most High YAHAWAH BAHASHAM, which is poured out without mixture into the cup of his indignation. And he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels and in the presence of the Lamb. You're going to be destroyed, man. Okay? And where is that destruction coming from? The missiles. Because the missiles are what's going to bring forth what? All right, fire, man. Okay? So, that's the point. All right? Lord will, this video is edifying. I'm going to close it out, giving infinite praises, honor, and glory to YAHAWAH, bahasham, YAHAWASHI, bahasham, RAWCHAA QADASH. Double honor to the elders and apostles, a great millstone, time of this truth. Peace, blessings, and salutations to the hopeful elect. Shalawam, and Lord will, this video is edifying.